my name is Hannah Stevens, and I'm going to be talking about the song There Will Always Be in England. Popularized by the renowned singer Marlene, There Will Always Be in England was written right before the outbreak of the Second World War. Once the war was in full swing, the song became a huge hit, almost becoming an anthem of sorts, particularly in the Canadian realm. The well-known song God Bless America was written a year prior in 1938, and it is said that There Will Always Be in England was commissioned because of the huge success of God Bless America. The writers of the song were Ross Parker and Huey Charles, and it is clear that they were striving to invoke a hope and a camaraderie of sorts for the English people. Its popularity during the war shows that people wanted to feel a connection to their country. A solid song such as this one can bring people together like nothing else, giving them something to cling to when so much is changing. The song itself speaks of a love for England and the belief that it will always be free. It does a good job of capturing multiple aspects of England. The lyrics tell of both country lanes and busy streets. As with most good patriotic songs, there's a great deal of pride for the nation that is evident in the words, as well as in the music itself. The song sounds full of hope and courage, with confident vocals and background music.
My name is Alex Daniels, and I'm covering Lily Marlene. Lily Marlene is a German song written about a sailor who is a soldier about to go off to war, and he's lamenting the fact that he has to leave his love. It was written primarily as kind of a rallying cry for soldiers, kind of a remind to you of what are you fighting for, what do we have to look forward to, and what are we coming back for. It was written specifically in the late 1800s, which was a period when the world was gearing up for war. World War I would break out in 1914, and there was a lot of political tension in this time as the powerful nations of the world were increasing their forces, building up new troops, so a lot of colonialization was going on. And so a rallying cry, like a song like this to rally the troops, was important and necessary. The audience of this was specifically the German soldiers. It was targeted toward these people to remind them, why are we here? Why am I fighting? And what do I have to live for, to fight for? This source is very important for society because it shows us what specifically the German people cared about. They cared about protecting their families and ultimately coming home to their loved ones to be with them. And then finally, what connections can we make this to the rest of the course material? What we see in this source is the specific value of a personal look at history. What we're seeing is a very in-depth, detailed look at what do these people care about, what are their lives focused on, what are their worries, what are their passions, etc. And so ultimately this song gives us a great look at the German people, their culture, and what they cared about. Thanks.
I'm Nathan Tatum. I had White Cliffs over Dover. It was first composed by Walter Kent. Late lyrics was written by Nate Burton, and it was first recorded by renowned artist Marlene. White Cliffs of Dover makes its reference to the white cliffs that border the waters of the port town of Dover, England. The song was written before the United States had joined World War II and aided the Allies against the Nazi Germany. By then, Germany had already conquered most of Europe and was actively bombing Britain when the composer Walter Kent was working in London at the time, and he composed the song shortly after the Royal Air Force and the German Luftwaffe were engaging in aerial dogfights over the cliffs of Dover during the Battle of Britain. The song was written between June and 1940 and was finished by the end of October. The lyrics refer to the Royal Air Force and the Royal Canadian Air Force fighter pilots as bluebirds because of the color of their blue uniforms, and to show confidence that they would prevail during those dark times and bring peace back to Britain. Overall, the song was written to lift the spirits of the British people and give them hope.